Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 1st. This week we are just going to jump right in here and take a look at your current energies with this main spread, and then we are going to clarify at the end with this little tarot here and see what is going on for you. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you here, Aries. But Aries, it's funny that I'm laughing because I'm a child, but you have this bearing fruit card with this Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is basically a card of just bearing fruit, Aries. It's like saying you are seeing results. You are seeing the fruits of your labor here. So I do feel that there is some abundance coming in for you here. I feel like this is very important message coming up here as well. So let's dig into this here, Aries. You start off with the bearing fruit card. Definitely something is growing here. I feel like this is saying don't stop. This whole reading. I feel this energy of kind of wanting to give up working on something here, but I feel like you're like this close to having something bear fruit. I feel like you are very close. I feel this is very specific. This is for those of you who are working on like a project, a business, a job, something that you have been educating yourself on, I feel, but something where there's a lot of fear. You have the moon here. You actually kind of have the moon twice here, Aries. You have this solitude card here, and the moon shows up at the top of the card. But I feel like this is saying, don't stop. I feel like this is saying you need to keep pushing. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Temperance card here. I feel like you need to, it's like you could turn a situation around very quickly here, Aries, but it's like you're waiting for something here with that Three of Wands. So the Seven of Pentacles, he is looking at those pentacles that he is growing, the fruit that he's been bearing. And he's like saying, is it worth it? Is it worth my time, effort, and energy? Should I keep investing in whatever I'm growing? For some of you, I feel like it's love. But it's like, for some of you, if I'm being honest with you, I feel like the love side of things isn't worth it. You have the Knight of Pentacles to the Three of Swords here. For some of you, it's like there's a breakup or a separation going on here. It's almost like someone is too slow. I feel like they're too back and forth. It's like this round and round and round energy with the Wheel of Fortune. So I do feel some of you are going to be bearing fruit with someone new, basically. If this is a project, I feel like this is saying if you give up, you will be sad. Because the Knight of Pentacles is like the amount of work that you put into something. The Knight of Pentacles, he works towards something, and he does not stop until he accomplishes his goal. So I feel like it's almost like you're giving something one last shot here. Seven of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, without knowing the future of the moon. Very clear. I feel like you're investing in something like a project, and it's like you're just going to try it anyway. For others, I do feel like you're waiting for something. It's like you're waiting for communication. You're waiting for news here. The Temperance card really kind of says this is in your control. Like if you're waiting for communication from a person, the Temperance card says you could easily flip this around. So you could be the one that reaches out, communicates with a person. You could be the one to contact a person if you're waiting for that or whatever. So I feel that if you're waiting for communication, I would just reach out. It could be a fire sign or an earth sign that you're waiting for communication from. I would just reach out. For others, I feel like this Temperance card is kind of like your motivation here. I feel like the Temperance card is saying you need to give something, like the last bits of your effort, right? Especially if you're working towards a project. The Temperance card is like turning a situation around. It is a transformation. And so I feel like you could transform something. You have the Solitude card. I feel like you are feeling lonely, but the feeling I get here, the solitude that I get, is it's like there's people around you, but I just feel like people don't understand maybe what you're going through at this time, Aries. Yeah, you have this Inner Peace card. It's like right now, it's like I feel like people are not maybe necessarily understanding like the things that you're doing or your vision. You're like the second sign that has had this message is what I would say to you. And I do feel this is kind of like astrological in a lot of ways, but I do feel that it's kind of like you are having to maybe guide yourself at this time, or you are kind of needing to work on things alone. I'd say maybe you're in a relationship and maybe things are going very well, but it's like maybe you have a vision for the future that someone else in your life doesn't share, right? Or that the person that you're in a relationship with doesn't share. So I do feel this time is really asking you to, I feel like these cards are asking you this week to really kind of develop your inner strength. That could be what you're doing here. But I also feel like it's saying you need to trust yourself. It's funny because I slipped and I almost said Libra again at the beginning of your reading, Aries. And Libra had kind of like a similar message. You have these Six of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Hierophant here. It's like you have learned something. Again, if you're working on something here, Aries, that has required education, learning, a certification. I'm getting real estate for some of you as well. I really feel this is saying do not give up. I feel like you're very close. Wheel of Fortune says that something is within your grasp. Something is within your control. The wheel is always spinning. The wheel is like the wheel of karma, some people call it. Some people, say it's like the like I do. I feel like it's your personal vision for your life. The Wheel of Fortune kind of represents your destiny, but it can also say you can take control of your destiny. You can make something happen here with the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel this middle row here is pretty simple. I feel like it's just asking you to not give up, but I feel like you aren't. The Six of Pentacles really tells me that you're giving something like one last effort. I feel like you're really kind of saying, okay, I'm going to invest a little bit more time, effort, and energy into something I'm working on here, and I'm not going to give up just yet. I'm going to wait and see. And that's kind of like, I get this wait and see type of energy here with these cards. The thing is I feel this Hierophant is saying, you realize that there's one more step. I keep getting this message about one more step here, Aries, and I feel like it's very important that you hear this message. So one more step. I feel like there's like one more thing that you have to go through. He has 3 levels to the crown on top of his head here, and it represents kind of like 3 levels in masonry, but it represents like 3 tests that you have to go through. I feel like you realize that there's like one more thing to go through here before you get these keys. I never really care about these keys on this card, but I feel like these keys are kind of like the keys to the kingdom is what's popping into my head. So I feel there's like one more thing here, Aries. You have this message in bottle card. Here's my problem, is that if you're dealing with a person from the past, I feel like their communication is all cloak and daggers. It's all like hidden. It's all, I feel like they just give you half-truths and things like that as well. So if you're dealing with a person from the past, I would definitely be careful of that. Wheel of Fortune tells me it's just like round and round and round. This person is too guarded. So if you're dealing with a person from the past and you're waiting for a communication, I feel like some of you are just going to decide to break it off here. You'll probably be sad about that, but I also feel like you, if this story is for you, I feel like you realize that this person is not a straight shooter. They can't be. I feel like this is someone who, I kind of feel sad here thinking about this, Aries, because I feel like this person is someone, if this story is for you, I think it's someone who is very damaged from the past, or they had a very bad upbringing as a child or something like that. So it's almost like they feel like they have to protect themselves from things that they don't have to protect themselves from, if that makes sense. So I feel like some of you are dealing with that. For others, I do feel like there's communication coming in here, but I really feel you need to trust your intuition. The moon. The moon is telling me that you need to trust yourself. It's almost like you know the truth of a matter, or that you know the truth in a situation, and I feel like you need to kind of trust that truth. For others here, you have the moon, the Wheel of Fortune, 3 swords. I feel like the main message here is that you need to keep going down this path. The moon does not say stop, right? The moon says keep going. I see so many readers, not that I'm calling anyone out here, that kind of treat the moon as a card that says stop. It does not say stop. The moon says keep going. Yes, the moon is a card of fantasies and illusions and all these other things, but to me, I don't even think that's accurate in tarot, because the moon is part of the fool's journey. The fool has to continue down the path of the moon. And not only that, there is this path that runs all the way up here. Not only that, the moon comes up, the moon goes down, then the sun comes up, right, Aries? So to me, the moon is temporary. And not only that, the moon represents a period of time after a full moon, which is a period of innovation, trying new things. So that's the real reason the moon represents fears, is because it represents doing something you've never done before. And so for a lot of you, it's almost like you're doubling down on a project here. So if you're working on a project, a business, a career, it's like you're doubling down on that. And I feel that maybe things are not immediately clear yet as to the direction you're going in, but I feel like you just need to keep pushing forward. Same thing in love as well. I feel like the confusion here in love is letting go of this past slow person who's just too guarded. So that's where the confusion comes in. You're like, am I making the right decision walking away from this person or not? Well, I would say yes, if you are walking away from someone here, Aries. But let's clarify this. Thank you for being here, Aries, by the way. I really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time here, Aries. But Aries, let's see what is going on for you here, Aries. You have the 7 of Cups. 2 sevens is internal fears that don't exist. So you have 2 sevens right on top of each other. But again, I feel like this is saying stay focused. This reading is really asking you to keep your eye on the prize. You have the Page of Wands here. Get ready for an adventure. And the Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, I love this. I feel like this is what you're working towards, is leaving a legacy. You and Pisces, you and Pisces are right next to each other, so you get very similar messages. And you and Pisces both seem to be like the two signs that are most focused on building a legacy. This could be financial, but it doesn't have to be financial. It could be just maybe you want to have a family. Helping. Maybe you want to write a book. A book is a legacy, right? Something that lasts forever. So I feel that you are kind of working on creating something that maybe helps you leave your mark, that helps you kind of leave your legacy, so to speak, with this Ten of Pentacles energy. So I love where this is going. I just think that you're like, am I working on the right thing here? Is what I'm doing going to lead to the Ten of Pentacles? That's where the hesitation is here. So you have the King of Pentacles. Yes. Keep working, keep pushing forward. I feel like this reading is just an encouragement reading. You have the Six of Swords. Things will start to improve here, and the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands card experimentation. Nine of Wands basically says you need to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. I feel this is a very specific message. It's like, this is for those of you who are working on a project or who are kind of looking to build something long-term. Could be in love as well. But I feel like that Nine of Wands says don't give up. Like I've said this whole reading, I feel like you need to keep pushing towards something. This Six of Swords to me is saying that you are going to start seeing clues. I feel like the clues have not shown up yet is the problem here. So it's like, if you're working on a business, a good clue for a business is money, right, Aries? So it's like when you get money, you're like, oh my God, I'm moving in the right direction. I'm making money. I think the challenge here is that you're working on something like a business or a job, and it's like you're not seeing money, but the universe is telling me that you're going in the right direction. So why is that confusing? Because it's like you're not getting the clue. You're not getting the thing that would normally tell you you're going in the right direction. So it's like there's an element of this like blind faith, I would say, in this reading. And I do feel like that could be very challenging. For those of you who are looking to build something permanent in love, number one, maybe you've been single for a long time. For some of you, I feel like you feel like you're never going to find love. I say this in every single one of your readings, Aries, because it always pops into my head. So I feel for some of you that you could be having like a challenge in finding love. I don't know what it is with Aries. I have Venus in Aries and I have Jupiter in Aries as well. People with like Venus in Aries and Jupiter in Aries, I have both. And, it's kind of common for people with Venus in Aries to get married at a later date or just like not to kind of want to be a bachelor, basically. So, I think it could be an Aries type of thing, a type of energy where it's like maybe right now you're feeling like, oh, I'm never going to find someone. So, that would make sense to me is what I'm trying to say. Or it's like maybe you feel like you're never going to find the person that's going to fit into your life. But I feel like what you don't realize is that you are going to find that person. So it could be a little surprising. You have the Four of Wands, marriage, right there. So there you go. Well, like I said, could be an earth sign here. Could be a Pisces. Speaking of Pisces, Aries, I do know a bunch of Pisces, Aries couples. It either works or it doesn't. There's like no in between, but, I do feel like it's possible. You have the Sun. Ooh, love it. Total happiness. This is what you're moving towards. And the King of Wands. You are bossing up here, Aries. I love this reading. I wasn't so sure about it at the beginning, but now I love it. I feel like your outcome is extremely positive. Look what you're heading towards. Total freedom, total success. This reading is just saying right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. I feel like you just need to, you know what, this might be a boring reading, Aries, and I apologize, but, plain and simple, I'm here to help people, not tell people their ex is coming back every single week. And what I would say here is that this reading is just saying one foot in front of the other. Keep pushing towards whatever brings you happiness, joy, enlightenment, all those things, because you're about to get it, is what this reading is saying. So, I would encourage you to keep pushing here. It's like you are building this right here, Ten of Pentacles. You are building your Ten of Pentacles. And like I said, that's going to be different for everybody. The way to think about the Ten of Pentacles is it's like they're inside some castle walls here on the Ten of Pentacles. And they are celebrating all abundance, all forms of abundance. They have, a family, dogs, pets. They have, everything that they could possibly ever imagine. So it's like, this is everything you want in your life coming in for you here. But I feel like you're just maybe doubting it a little bit in this kind of area of the reading. It's like you're not immediately clear that what you're doing is working. So whatever you're doing in your life, in all areas of your life, health, wellness, spirituality, finances, love, whatever you're doing is working. I feel like you just need to trust and keep pushing forward. I would definitely be careful of a person from the past in general here. especially with the Wheel of Fortune. There are only 2 cards in the deck that I personally consider an X coming back. Wheel of Fortune and Judgment. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. I do not consider the Six of Cups an X coming back, Aries. But what I would say here is I don't like the Wheel of Fortune for someone coming back. To me, it's a repeat cycle. And, the other thing is the only time I would like the Wheel of Fortune in an X back reading is if the star also showed up in the reading. The reason for that is because the star can represent like raising your vibration. So if we had the Wheel of Fortune and the star, for example, it would say both people have raised their vibration. They're coming back together like healed. They're coming back together in a better place. But I don't see that here. And what I would say here is 9 of Wands as well. It's like this person is very guarded. I feel like you could be dealing with a person who is very guarded. I would say that if this story is for you, I feel like this person always just expects the worst. You know what I mean? It's like that type of energy. They immediately jump to the negative conclusion, not the positive conclusion, like everything in their life. Like I said, I feel kind of sad about this. So, maybe either you're sad or I do feel it's like a sad energy, this person, like, and maybe this person did you dirty or whatever, right? But I still feel like there's this element of feeling bad for this person. Maybe you feel bad for them. But again, it's like they're just a guarded person. They don't let people in. And I feel like that's the challenge here. But this is a really good reading. So thank you for watching, Aries. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this week. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Aries, and enjoy your week.